Alright, so welcome back to a scenario of what a civilization started over. But in today's video, instead of it being a continuation to what is going on, this is like a half episode. It's pretty much where we just talk about the peace treaty of World War One, and yeah, as you can tell, a lot has changed. Most notably, this country over here fell. The orange team looks like this now, and all of the orange team colonies either fell into the bane of existence that doesn't exist, or they got independence, or yeah. But we're gonna be taking a look at the peace treaty, so let's jump right into it. Let's start over here in Asia, where not a lot happened. Pretty much the only thing we see over here is China knocking out that massive country over here, and the Chinese Union is finally like a full Chinese Union. And we see five new nations coming out of that, mostly the tribes that used to live here, because the country united from tribes. So yeah, we even see Burma or Myanmar gaining some ground right here. Coming down here, we see Sweden gaining these areas, mostly for their trade with Asia, which is very valuable at this time. But this country slipped away because they began to fight the Swedish after the episode. But yeah, they fought the Swedish for a little bit there until Sweden is like, okay, we recognize your independence. And Korea got this as well. Coming down here, we see this Indonesian country forming. I guess you could say the first Indonesian country because they got independence way before this nation. But yeah. Coming down here, we see this green team gaining some pretty decent ports, mostly big ass ports over here and here. But we see two Australian countries being this blue team and this team right here. And it's kind of cool. And coming down to Madagascar real quick, we see that this southern nation over here got their independence. And we see this area not being claimed by any country. It's just like, I guess you could say tribes. It's not really tribes, it's just people living in coastal towns and stuff. They just don't identify under a flag. Well, these two do. But coming up here, right here, we're going to be seeing the continuation of this African battle. As it started during World War One, it's part of World War One, but the treaty is not going to be settled in the World War One treaty, or as a World War One treaty. So, yeah. And obviously, coming up here, we see the massive red team. They have taken they've unified all of Anatolia. They have gained some land up here, expanding their Caspian coast, gaining a puppet up here, expanding along the Persian Gulf. They take this area, and they even push a lot into Africa, even getting into Italy, which is pretty surprising, but yeah. As we also see this nation being formed, it's pretty much just like the gold team, I think it was, but it's a new nation now. It's a full ally to the red team instead of despising the red team, so that's why we saw the color change. But coming over here to one of the most important parts of World War One, the collapse of the orange team. As you can see, 4 nations came out of it, including the shell of themselves, as them losing all of this land is is pretty much them not existing, as a new government was put into power, and this orange team is not the same as the old one. This is a completely new country, but they have the capital of the original orange team, so that's why they're colored as the orange team. Coming over here, we see those rebellions from the lime team getting their independence and becoming allied to the red team. Mostly because the red team didn't want to ally back with a weaker lime team. So they decided to reform the Circle Alliance, but this time as their alliance. As we see, it's the red team, the North Persians, this Indian team, and the Green Indian team. They all formed the massive alliance as the Circle team. The red team reformed it, and these nations were the first ones to step up and join it. Possibly seeing more in the near future. But let's come over here before we get to up here. We see Morocco getting split into a lot of nations, as we see this nation forming out of them. We see what calls himself to be Morocco, the Canary Islands getting independence, this nation getting independence, and even this one. But they do lose their colony down here. As with this, Morocco's legacy is pretty much over. There's nothing left of it, so might as well just cut this away from the map. But I'm sorry, Morocco, you lost the war. This is what you get. Coming up to Spain, or Andalusia. Andalusia did lose a lot. Did I just say a what? Oh my god. But we see Andalusia losing a lot, and this being what their country looks like. And yes, their capital was over here. But in the treaty, they were forced to move their capital to this city, because these people didn't have the same ideals as the government taking hiding over here in this city. As this area eventually split off, like, right after the war. And this country was going to get independence anyways. So yeah. And we see this nation forming. It's not really that important, but it's cool that they're there. Coming up here to England, we just see this country gaining land down south, and England being forced to move their capital from here all the way down to here. That's pretty much it. But coming over here, we see Brittany gaining a lot of ground against France, and France is more of the Basque region now. So we're going to call France Basque, and this is France. Then we see Catalonia getting independence, and then the rebels also getting their independence. We see Corsica getting their independence right here, but we see Naples gaining land over in Sicily, Sardinia. Golly, I'm stuttering. But yeah, we see the purple team gaining lots of land down here and meeting up with the Aegean Sea, gaining more of their historical lands back. But we see these two nations forming a union, becoming the Northern Greece Federation. And let's tackle the beast. Let's tackle Russia. We see a brand new country forming up here. It's completely funded by Sweden. It literally stands no chance. The only reason it survives is because of Sweden. But yeah, we see the yellow team gaining a massive chunk of land. Like, they gained so much land that it pretty much unites all the yellow team. I mean, yeah, not really, but they wish. As we see this nation that started the war in the yellow team, which started all of this, getting weakened a lot. But the funny thing is, after the war, they started to fund some rebels over here and over here. So this nation will have to go through years of civil war with no international backing. So, yeah. I mean, we'll see the Civil War in the next full episode, but yeah. We see this nation, I think, only losing a chunk of land. We see this nation getting independence, and just all of this over here. We see this nation gain a lot of land. See Mongolia gaining lots of land down here and up here. But coming over here, we see this peninsula getting independence. We see this nation getting independence. And we see these three countries getting independence. And this has a capital. This island is independent. No one knows why it got independent. It only has one small town that has 500 people. The whole island has 639 people. So, yeah. But hey, it's here. It's a sovereign nation. Everyone recognizes it. Everyone is happy. See, this nation getting their independence. This nation is surprising because it has Russia's capital. And this is where we begin to see some controversial things, as Russia claims all of their historical land. And they claim the entire past Star Alliance. That doesn't exist anymore. But they are so weak that they can't do anything. And Sweden was like, might as well just move Russia's capital over here. But now, after the treaty's done, let's take a look at the economical alliances that formed because of this. And obviously, we see the Trapezoid Alliance being stronger, as it gains a lot of new members because of this war, because of the economic crisis that is starting to occur, and we even see the 3-Point Star Alliance forming between Mongolia and these three nations. That's pretty much it. Not a lot happened, but coming down here, we see this area getting changed up. I just thought it was unrealistic that all of this land is just explored. So, it's gonna be a while for people to explore it. Anyways, if you enjoyed, you should probably like and subscribe. Anyways, have a wonderful day, and see y'all in like 10 episodes for World War II. Anyways, adios.